Ever felt like some people just get it? They walk into a room and instantly command attention, their words carry weight, and their influence seems almost magnetic. It's not always about brute force or loud voices. In fact, more often than not, it's about a subtle, deeply psychological understanding of human nature. We're talking about the kind of power that lets you move mountains without ever lifting a finger. What if I told you that centuries ago, a man named Machiavelli cracked the code on human influence, distilling it into ruthless yet undeniably effective lessons that still reverberate through boardrooms, political arenas, and even everyday interactions today? Forget everything you think you know about power, because in the next few minutes, we peeling back the layers to reveal Machiavelli's 7 chillingly brilliant lessons, the hidden psychology that actually makes influence work. And trust me, once you see these, you won't be able to unsee them. First up, Machiavelli hammers home a critical truth. It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both. Now, before you start picturing a tyrannical dictator, let's unpack this. He's not advocating for cruelty. Instead, Machiavelli understood that fear, or more accurately respect mixed with a healthy dose of apprehension, creates a more reliable, stable foundation for power than love alone. Love, he argued, is fickle. It's given freely and can be withdrawn just as easily. Fear, however, is maintained by a dread of punishment that never abandons you. Think about it. A leader who is genuinely feared, meaning respected enough that people don't want to cross them due to potential consequences, not just hated, inspires compliance and loyalty, because the alternative is less appealing. We've seen this play out with leaders who command intense loyalty not through affection, but through an unwavering expectation of results and consequences for failure. It's about predictability and consequence, ensuring that your directives are followed without question, not necessarily out of adoration, but out of a clear understanding of the hierarchy and expected outcomes. Moving swiftly on, Machiavelli teaches us to never disarm yourself. This isn't about carrying a weapon, but about maintaining your capabilities and resources. He argued that the moment a ruler or an individual starts relying solely on the goodwill or resources of others, they lose their autonomy and consequently their power. If you disarm yourself, you signal weakness, inviting others to take advantage. This applies to so many aspects of life. In business, it means maintaining diverse skill sets, a strong network, and financial independence. In personal relationships, ensuring you can stand on your own 2 feet if needed. Think about companies that become too reliant on a single supplier or political parties that completely abandon core principles for temporary alliances. They've disarmed themselves, making them vulnerable to manipulation or collapse. Always keep your options open, your skills sharp, and your independence intact. His third profound insight: injury should be inflicted all at once, benefits little by little. This is pure, unadulterated psychological manipulation, and it's incredibly effective. When you have to deliver bad news or impose a harsh measure, do it swiftly and completely. Get the unpleasantness over with in one fell swoop so people can process it and move on. Prolonging pain or delivering it piecemeal only keeps resentment simmering. Conversely, when you bestow favors or positive changes, do it gradually. Drip feed the good stuff. Each small benefit becomes a fresh reason for gratitude and loyalty. This technique keeps people hoping, waiting for the next positive installment, making them feel continually indebted and engaged. Imagine a company announcing mass layoffs, the injury, all at once, then slowly introducing new perks or bonuses, the benefits over time. The initial shock dissipates, and the slow accumulation of positives builds morale more effectively than if everything good were given out instantly. Next, Machiavelli advises, appearances are everything. The masses are always impressed by appearances. In a world saturated with information and superficial judgments, this is more relevant than ever. It's not about being dishonest, but about understanding that perception often outweighs reality. A leader, or anyone seeking influence, must cultivate an image of strength, wisdom, and virtue, even if their actions behind closed doors are more pragmatic. Machiavelli famously wrote, "Everyone sees what you appear to be, few know what you really are." This isn't a call to hypocrisy, but a recognition that managing public perception is a crucial component of maintaining power. How you dress, how you speak, your body language, the narratives you control, these all contribute to your perceived authority. A clean, confident presentation, even when you're internally struggling, can project an aura of competence that inspires trust and deference from others. It's about mastering the art of presentation, ensuring your outward persona reinforces your desired impact. His fifth lesson, stark but true. The end justifies the means. This is perhaps Machiavelli's most controversial and misunderstood dictum. He wasn't advocating for wanton cruelty or unethical behavior for its own sake. Rather, he argued that a ruler, or any individual pursuing a significant goal, must sometimes be willing to make difficult, even unpalatable decisions if those decisions are necessary to achieve a greater stable outcome. If the ultimate goal is peace, stability, or the well-being of the populace, then certain actions that might be considered morally ambiguous in isolation can be justified. It's a cold, utilitarian calculation. This isn't permission to be evil, but a recognition that sometimes, to prevent a worse outcome, hard choices must be made. Think of a surgeon making a painful incision to save a life, or a leader imposing unpopular taxes to prevent economic collapse. The means are difficult, but the end is deemed essential. This philosophy demands a clear vision of the desired outcome and the courage to pursue it, even when the path is uncomfortable. Lesson 6 cuts deep. Always be willing to adapt and change course. Machiavelli lived in a time of constant political upheaval, and he saw firsthand how rigidity led to downfall. He stressed that circumstances are rarely static. What works today might be disastrous tomorrow. A truly powerful individual or leader is not one who stubbornly sticks to a plan, but one who can read the shifting winds, recognize new threats and opportunities, and adjust their strategy accordingly. This means being pragmatic, not dogmatic. It requires flexibility, intelligence, and a willingness to abandon outdated tactics. Think about businesses that failed because they couldn't adapt to new technologies, or politicians who lost power because they couldn't respond to changing public sentiment. The world is fluid. Your approach to influence must be too. Those who remain stuck in their ways will inevitably be left behind, their power eroded by an evolving landscape. Finally, and perhaps most subtly powerful, control information. In Machiavelli's time, this meant controlling messengers and limiting dissent. Today, in the age of digital information and social media, this lesson is amplified exponentially. The ability to shape narratives, disseminate preferred facts, and even suppress unfavorable information is a profound source of power. By controlling what people hear, see, and believe, you can influence their opinions, their actions, and ultimately their loyalty. This isn't just about censorship, it's also about framing, emphasis, and the strategic release of data. Think about how political campaigns meticulously craft messages, or how brands carefully curate their public image. The person or entity that controls the flow and interpretation of information often controls the populace. Your ability to distill, present, and even filter information is a subtle but potent weapon in the arsenal of influence. So there you have it, 7 ruthless yet undeniably effective lessons from Machiavelli that continue to shape the psychology of power today. From understanding the dynamics of fear versus love to the crucial art of managing appearances and information, these insights offer a stark, unfiltered look at how influence truly works. They remind us that power isn't just about being in charge. It's about a deep understanding of human nature, a willingness to adapt, and a strategic approach to every interaction. Now that you've got this deeper understanding, how will you apply these insights in your own life? Whether it's navigating office politics, building a business, or simply understanding the world around you, these principles are always at play. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want more deep dives into the hidden forces that shape our world. You won't regret it.